In this video we're going to look at how we use written addition when we need to carry. If you're not too sure about the basics of column addition, I suggest you go back and look at the Introduction to Written Addition video. Okay, let's look at another addition. We're going to look at 66 plus 27. So as usual, we need to draw out our tens and units and write the numbers above each other. So we have 66 and 27, making sure everything's in the right columns, adding our plus sign here. Okay, so as usual, we're going to start with the units column. So we're going to add up the 6 and the 7. Now, 6 and 7 is 13. But we have a bit of a problem here because we can't write 13 in this units column because this column here is only for units, but here we've got a 10 and a unit, so that's not going to work. So let's get rid of that. We're not going to write the 13 there. So what we're going to do is 6 plus 7 is 13. The only digit that can go in this units column is the 3, so I'm going to write the 3 here. Now, the 110 is going to have to go in my tens column here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to write that 110 just underneath here. So you can see that I've got 110 and 3 units, which makes 13. Now I'm going to add the tens column as usual. I've got 6 and 2 tens to add together. That makes 8. So 8 tens, but I mustn't forget that I've got this extra 10 here. So I've got 6 plus 2 is 8, plus the extra one here, which makes 9. So I'm going to write the 9 in the tens column and just cross off this 110 because I've added it. So we can see that the answer to 66 plus 27 is 93. What we've just done here, we call this carrying because we've carried the 10 into the tens position. Let's try another question. Let's try 58 add 39. So first of all, make sure that you have set out your calculation correctly, lining up the tens and the units. So the first thing we're going to do, as usual, is we're going to look at the units column and we're going to add together the 8 and the 9. Now we know that 8 plus 9 is 17, and we can't write the 17 in this units column because only the units can go here. So what we need to do is we can write the units, which is the 7, in the units column. But we still have our 110. Now that 10 needs to go in the tens column. We're going to put it underneath here. So you can see that I've written 17, but I've lined it up correctly with my tens and units. And then what we're going to do next, as normal, is we're going to add up the tens, the 5 and the 3. So we've got 5 tens and 3 tens, and then we've also got our extra one here, which totals 9. So I can write that here and cross off this 10 just to make sure that I have added it. And we can see that the answer to 58 plus 39 is 97. Okay, so you're going to try this question on your own. Pause the video and have a try at calculating 64 plus 29. So you should have set out your question like this, lining up your tens and your units. And hopefully you got the answer 93. Now here's an opportunity to do a little bit more practice on your own. So have a look at these questions, pause the video, jot down your workings out, and then let's see if you answered them correctly. How did you find those? Right, let's have a look at the answers. 54 plus 37 is 91. 39 plus 39 is 78. 64 plus 28 is 92. And 42 plus 29 is 71. Hopefully you got all those correct. Well done. If you feel confident after practicing those questions, you're ready to move on to the next video, which is column addition, carrying with larger numbers.